You're on an emotional roller coaster. Loving you ain't no one happy. Alright, guys. Shout out to Vivian Green. I know I didn't do that song much justice, but again, we're looking at who, what, when, where, and why, and maybe even how. When you're looking at individuals as your friends, are your friends there for you because they love you, because they support you, because they want to be there for you, or is it the money, 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 money? What is it? We have to look at these things. If you have a person who tells stories, there goes the L word again. If they just tell stories because they want to look like the bigger person, at the end of the day, that person's not going to look bigger. They're going to look worse because they shared those stories, and those stories have gotten out of hand. I remember when I was younger, my mother and my aunt were in the room. Now, usually they didn't speak in front of us, but it just happened to be around the corner. And I remember my mother saying, "Shirley, one day you're going to tell a lie that you're not going to be able to find yourself getting out of. You need to cut it out. You need to figure it out. You need to check yourself. Because this right here is getting too out of hand." I think that was the last argument they had before my mother passed away. But under any circumstances, regardless of how the argument was, regardless of what it was about, when we tell lies and keep them going, it's like adding more oil to the fire. That fire is going to permeate. It's going to grow, grow, and grow. Now, I'm not going to say that anybody's a saint here because we've all lied at one point in time or another. You know, just the other day I got on the bus. I didn't have my money together, and I had to get to my appointment. I asked the bus driver, "Just please, I got to get to my appointment." Bus driver said, "Go ahead and grab a seat." That was very nice of that bus driver. Thank you, bus driver. But here's the thing, because usually I wouldn't have even taken a bus, okay? But sometimes you have to take other forms of transportation when you know that there are things going on behind the scenes. Your intuition starts stepping in. And if a person is in your energy and they are honing in on you, you're the receptor. You're the person who's being receptive of what it is that person is thinking sometimes. Now, I know it sounds out of hand right now, but like I said, I'm going somewhere. It's almost like, again, somebody calls you on the phone. Before that phone even rings, sometimes if you're in another person's energy, you know who it is who's calling before you even pick up the phone. Sometimes our intuition can be so keen, but there are certain things that are necessary for us to do with our bodies beforehand. One thing, if you're really trying to gain something, you really want something really badly, and you're going to have to make certain sacrifices for it. Those sacrifices might be choosing a better diet. It might be getting more rest. It might even be becoming chaste, staying away from certain activities so that your brain, your mind, your energy elevates. It becomes stronger. You understand? It's almost like a person who can't smell, can't pick up the sense of fragrance. Those other senses might become stronger based upon one not working as well as it should, okay? It's most important that we look at what is actually going on in our circumference. Sometimes in our surroundings, we're not paying close attention to what's going on. Our mind is somewhere else. There's so much stuff that we have to take care of. Stress, anxiety. When you have all these things going on at the same time, it's hard for you to pick up on certain things. But the most important thing about it is, even if you feel as though you are unable to gain control of certain things, it's important that you check yourself before you wreck yourself. No, just kidding. Check yourself so that you're able to look at how these weaknesses can become strength, okay? So, this person tells a story in his community. And while telling the story in his community, He doesn't realize that this story has to come to an end. There's going to be someone who's going to look at everyone in this situation. They're going to start evaluating what's really going on. You see, a person can tell a story. Okay, let's say the story is, I got, somebody bit me. Okay, let's go with that one. You say somebody bit you. The germs are going to show certain things. Maybe there's a teeth mark that's going to be in your arm or wherever you got bitten. Now, when you go to emergency, they're going to take necessary tests to make sure that you are not sick, that you didn't pick anything up. Another example could be a dog. You know, if a dog has rabies, you stay away from it, right? You hang around this dog, the bugs that's on that dog are going to come to you, okay? My great-grandmother used to say, lay down with dogs, wake up with fleas. Be mindful of that comment, okay? Lay down with dogs, wake up with fleas. You lay down with a person and they have something, you're going to more than likely get that same gift, if we want to call it that. So it's important that we look at everything involved. When you are trying to get to know someone, you're learning to trust the person. Sometimes we trust a person without them actually being able to do anything. I mean, I'll tell you, I'll be the first one to say, this has been one of my situations where I have trusted people and given them the benefit of the doubt before they've actually earned it. You know, it's almost like, okay, I told you guys before, I helped my family become vegans one time. I spent my own money buying groceries, and I was really convinced that this was going to work. What I ended up doing is spending my money while they were talking and laughing behind my back and thinking, oh, you know, she's so silly. She know good and well I ain't going to be no vegetarian. I ain't going to be no vegan or whatever. But yet I was investing because I believed. Now, here's the thing. Even with situations like this, you got to look at it. God knows your heart better than anyone else's. So, since he knows your heart better than anyone else, this is what happens. God gives you the benefit of the doubt. God is protecting you even when no one else is. And while they're laughing and joking and saying that you're a foolish person, God is there holding your hand throughout the process. So regardless of what it is that you're going through, regardless of what story is being told, regardless of what's going on in your surroundings, know that God has your back, okay? And it's been good having you today. This is Indigo Moon signing off. You have a wonderful day.